Welcome back. You're still watching NBS Live at 9, and in just a short while we will be talking about youth unemployment and the solutions to what is a challenge. And of course I'll be joined by a social entrepreneur, Noeline Kirabo, who is also the executive director and founder of an organization that is working with young people and trying to get them to figure out how to make a living for themselves. Now that's coming up in just a short while. Being young and in the labor market is certainly not easy, and certainly not in a country with the second youngest population in the world, where over 78% are below the age of 30. Now, according to the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, about 40,000 youth are released annually into the job market to compete for less than 10,000 jobs. So how do we tackle youth unemployment? I'll be joined by a social entrepreneur who believes social entrepreneurship is the way to go. This is Weekend Live Chat. Noeline Kirabo, Executive Director, Kyusa, and founder. Yes. Welcome to Weekend Live Chat.
Thank you.
Now, Noeline, you work with young people, through your Kyusa organization, and you have a mentorship program. It's called the New Generation Mentorship Program.
Yes, it is.
What would you say is the biggest reason that youth are unemployed?
The biggest reason for youth unemployment in Uganda today is ill preparedness. And that comes down to the education system, where we have graduates that are still ill prepared for the few available jobs. And then as a result of the education system, we have a high dropout rate, which means that the people that drop out are underskilled or unskilled to match up with the opportunities in the marketplace, or even to have the ability to leverage the available resources.
Okay, but we have a lot of young people that are passionate about different things.
Sure.
And how does your mentorship program help them turn their passion into profit?
Passion is a starting place. However, passion has to be coupled with a business model for it to be profitable. So the preparation and the training of young people to think about the business model that is coupled with their passion is what makes it profitable. Passion by itself can't be a profitable business.
So how does your mentorship program come in?
So it basically help young people look inward and figure out the things they're passionate about, and then help them to build business models that are profitable, that are sustainable, and are scalable, because the three must go in hand for a business to be able to grow, accelerate, attract investors, and create more opportunities. Okay,
now, we asked our online audience what they thought was a better way to handle youth unemployment, and on Facebook we had about 1,900 responses, and 10% said give youth the money. 90% said teach them the money skills. Well, I also run a poll of my Twitter handle at Rukshana, and we had about 78% of my Twitter handle saying teaching skills is the better way to go, and about 22% saying give them the money. Now, we know that over 250 billion shillings, Uganda shillings, has been set aside for a youth livelihood fund. We won't go into how this money is actually given out. But obviously, capital is necessary for youth innovation and entrepreneurship. But is this the most critical, particularly for urban slum dwellers, who are, the bulk of the people that you work with?
For young people, capital is the second thing. The first thing would be a change of mindset, but also more about the scaling, because if I give you the money and you don't know what to do with the money, it's just a matter of time and you'll be exactly where you were before. So scaling should be a precedent before giving the capital or the money itself.
So are we getting it wrong with our youth livelihood program?
I would say yes, because there is a gap in the scaling, but also the quality of the scaling. Now, one of the things we're doing in Uganda is giving people a set of skills to say, you either fit in one of these boxes or you're out. And the question is, what if I don't fit in any of the boxes? So opening up the alternatives, and that's why we're talking about passion-driven careers, where they're beginning to look inward about the things they're passionate about, and then help them to build business models. Then you can give them the money. So just forcing people in boxes where they're ill-fitted is the same thing as getting people to graduate without the necessary skills to meet the market demands.
It's interesting that you say that. So we'll take a look at what our social media audience has to say specifically about the issue of skilling. We have Cassius David, who says, give them the money. Uganda is ranked as the most entrepreneurial nation in the world, so the youth have the ideas, they simply need capital. Walter Ochanda says, nationalize the banking sector, telecommunications, electricity distribution, transport, industries, export skilled labor, not maids, and promote value addition in agriculture. Kakinda George says money without skills would be useless. And this is exactly what you said, Noeline. It should be skills. Money is an investment incentive, tax holidays or exemptions, even indirect tax rebates to producers of essential commodities to increase consumers' real income and their purchasing power for a bigger market. NB in Uganda, Mpia not Museveni's. That's uncalled for, but point is noted. Musa Segawa says government should empower youth through projects and teaching them. Now, Paul Segma says, I strongly believe that people with 10 plus years of experience are more equipped with savings, knowledge and connection than fresh graduates. So these experienced lads should be encouraged to leave employment and start ventures to employ and mentor the fresh graduates, since they know their respective fields better than young entrepreneurs fresh from college. What do you have to say about people actually leaving employment and starting enterprises?
I personally believe that's the way to go, because currently we have a scarcity of jobs. We can't afford to have more job seekers. What we need right now is job creators. So if we have more young people that are going into self-employment and creating businesses that are scalable, then we are creating more jobs. That's part of the solution. Seeking jobs is part of the problem.
So we need more people creating jobs than seeking jobs.
Absolutely.
As we wrap this up, Noeline, what are your parting shots to the thousands of unemployed youth in the urban centers who, in my personal opinion, some need to actually go back to the rural areas and make some money? Yeah, what's your parting shot?
My parting shot is the fact that the potential we have, however, get the necessary technical competence, build a team. The whole idea of working alone is not going to get you very far. And as you start a business, don't start a business to survive. Start a business that is going to run for generations. That's what investors are looking for.
Perfect point to end this conversation. Thank you so much for joining us, Noeline, and of course for sharing your insights on tackling youth unemployment, which is a grave issue in this country.